y'all, what's up? It's your girl Brittany, back better with another video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like the video, click the bell to be notified of every time I post, because I do post frequently. Alright, y'all already know what we getting into, so say it with me collectively. We are jumping, we are skipping, we hopping, we leaping. We doing a Dougie what, our Dougie into this video. Click the link down in my description box below to become a paid member on my Patreon. If you can't do that today, make sure that you just like the video and subscribe to the channel. Alright, y'all, come, let's get into this tea. So in this video, y'all, we are getting into the Two-Headed Goats podcast that they had with Milan, Tori, and Laro. Now, first things first, we're going to start off with Tori, and then we're going to gradually just go into Milan and Laro and all that these ladies have together. Now, the part of the live that I caught from the beginning was basically Andre and Milan being like, you know, Zenga shouldn't have woke up. Like, y'all shouldn't have kept pressing her to wake up. If I'm on my own time and I'm here to win $50,000, if anything, I want people to get to eliminating themselves. Like, why sit up here and encourage somebody to be woke when elimination is coming? Like, she should just, you know, left. If anything, we want people not to be doing their best. We want people to be slacking so I could be, you know, get to my money. And also on Andre's side, he like, you know, if we just right here wasting time and we just basically trying to get ready to go to the next destination and it's my free time, you can't tell me how to spend my free time, which I agree. Like I said before in my review, when it comes to sleeping, I don't care where we at. I don't care about the show. Like, I have to get my rest. Simple. That, and again, with Milan, if I'm competing for $50,000, I want people to self-sabotage. If anything, I want people to continue to do that. She said that she did say something to them about waking her up. She said that she was like, you know, why are y'all waking her up? Like, why are y'all bothering her? If anything, let her do that so that way she won't be competition. She could be eliminated. And I personally agree. Andre then asks Tori about the whole situation that she had in the kitchen with OG Barbie. And I'm happy that he did ask her because, like I said before, I felt like she overdid it. It wasn't that serious to fight the girl. And I think a lot of people said that to her, the fans, the viewers. Like, I think everybody collectively was like, you really was doing too much. Like, it wasn't that deep for you to go that hard on that girl. So Tori is like, you know, the whole time I was in the house, the only thing I was telling everybody was like, respect me. You gonna respect me. And, you know, just don't disrespect her, which again, like I said in my review, that's understandable, but you taking it to the next level wasn't necessary. It just wasn't that serious for you to put your hands on a girl. So Tori ends up saying, like, she knew that OG Barbie did not want to fight her. She knew that OG Barbie didn't want to fight. And, you know, maybe she overreacted. My thing is this: you knew that girl ain't want to fight. Everybody seen in the scene that she didn't want to fight. You was the only one pressing it. She trying to explain to you, like, it wasn't even like that, you know. But you took it how you wanted to take it because you felt like, okay, I'm going to go and get my fade out the way. I'm going to go and get my storyline out the way. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to fight because I feel like she did too much. And even if you feel like she did too much, it's a way that you could have stood your ground without fighting the girl. Like she said, she already knew the girl didn't really want to fight her like that. So it makes you look even more stupid because you knew the girl ain't want to fight like that. And one thing I will say on while I was watching their lives, Tori liked to hear herself talk. She do. She was talking in circle after circle after circle. And she was looking for somebody to agree with her. She kept, you feel me? You feel me? You feel me? And nobody was feeling you, darling. Nobody was feeling you because it was unnecessary. It didn't take all that for you to get your point across to that girl. She got it. She told you it wasn't like that. You know, she was just having a good time. She didn't know you was going to take it serious. And you went over the table for no reason. So Andre then started coming with the tea. I said, okay, clock that, clock that. He ends up asking Tori, you know, you checking OG Barbie about something so little, but where was his energy for big legs? Because it seems as though, to me, aka Andre, that Big Lex was talking to you and LaRue. She wasn't just talking to LaRue in that kitchen. She was talking to both of y'all. So she ends up saying that they edited out what she said. She did address LaRue. I mean, she did address Big Lex, but they just edited her part out to make it just seem like, okay, this is a fight between them two, and you just look around on mute every time Big Lex addressing both of y'all. She also let it be known that she did not catch whatever shade Big Lex threw at her and LaRue. Back then, while she was filming the show, she respected Big Lex. You know, she did have a problem with Big Lex because she felt like Big Lex had put her on. Big Lex had never disrespected her, you know, and she didn't have no issue with Big Lex. She did understand, though, that with Big Lex's personality, Big Lex is very two-faced. So she, you know, would be acquaintances with Big Lex, but not necessarily trusting her, trying to be her friend or anything like that. Now, for me personally, I was confused by that part because I'm like, how you ain't catch the shade, but you said something? If you said something, you caught on to her addressing both of y'all. But she said that she didn't catch it. That didn't make any sense to me because you wouldn't have said nothing and they quote-unquote edited out if you didn't catch whatever she was talking about. My thing, before we move on to Milan, is that I feel as though Tori do be picking and choosing. And I think that she probably did say something, but she not saying that how she playing it out to be. I definitely don't think that she was big dogging no Big Legs. I think if she did say something, she said something very like humble or more so like trying to dead the situation or, you know, have a solution. I don't think that she came at Big Lex like, do you need that? I don't think that she came at her like that. So Milan ends up jumping in, and Milan like, you didn't mind going off on OG Barbie. You ain't mind that. Like, you was taking off on OG Barbie for something petty, but Big Lex continuously disrespects you. Tori ends up being like, well, how? Like, give me an example. Baby, when I say Mulan had an example after an example after an example, she gave at least 3 good ones. Some in the show, in the group chat, and, like, on the internet, too. So she like, girl, you saying how you respect her, how you know who she is, you know how she is, but you ain't never checked her. You ain't never said that out the way to her because you know better. So after Milan said what she said, tension became high very quickly on the live. Andre was able to catch the tension, and he like, you know, is it a problem here? Like, what's the tension between you two? Like, what's the issue? So they let it be known that they really don't care for each other like that. They was real cool on the show, but something happened in the midst of the break, and it got something to do with LaRue. And now we're going to go into LaRue just a little bit. But Tori and Milan was really good friends from what Milan said. It's just something happened in the middle of them breaking because they filmed for 2 parts. So the first part, they was cool. They was best buddies. Something happened in the middle of the break. And then when they came back for part 2, all hell broke loose. Now, LaRue ends up saying that, you know, if I said something about Tori, Milan, address it, say it. Milan lets it be known that it'll be in the episode, you know. She'll see why you're a fake friend to her, basically. In the midst of this, Milan lets it be known that LaRue been picking with her all season. She finally gave in to LaRue by the end of the season. She just finally gave it to her. She said LaRue was so happy. And LaRue wanted to fight her. LaRue feels as though Milan came on there thinking that she was going to be big dog. She was going to be the villain. She was going to talk to everybody crazy. But she didn't want to get down with another person who wants to be the villain. And who felt like, you know, this is my show. She feels as though Milan was picking and choosing on Young and Reckless. You know, she had got whooped by Baby Tyson. So she wanted to come on here and redeem herself and get down what she was mad at with these girls. But she said the next time that she see Milan, she's going to dog walk her. Now, Milan then drops the bomb of the bomb of the bomb. I mean the bomb of the bomb of the bomb. She ends up letting it be known, allegedly. I said allegedly, okay? Allegedly. That LaRue and slept with Mr. CEO, but couldn't get a show. Was doing what needed to be done, and he was like, all right, now get up and leave me alone. Now, that's alleged. That's alleged, okay? That is a legit, okay? That, clock that clock. That clock is broke because I clocked it so hard. Clock that clock. That is crazy. Now, let me give y'all my overall commentary because I do have some things to say about all three of the ladies. Now, first off, let me start by saying that this is all my opinion. You can agree or you can disagree. I do not care either way. But these are my opinion. These are my thoughts. So, number one, I feel as though Tori is doing a lot. I think she did too much when it came to OG Barbie. I think that she's getting backlash because she did too much with OG Barbie. And now she's trying to backpedal. And it's like, no, baby, don't backpedal. You seen that girl did not want to fight you. And you went out your way to fight her. Now, on the last live, they had already let us know that OG Barbie is very sneaky. And, you know, she throw a rock behind her hand and she very messy. Even if she is all of that, I don't feel like that scene or that challenge or whatever the case was that serious to say, like, you know, she was being messy or she was being sneaky and starting stuff. She was having a good time. She got in competitive mode and, you know, was just talking. It wasn't that serious to get hit behind. It wasn't that deep for you to put your foot down because she didn't really do anything to come for you personally. She was talking to your whole team. So I think you did too much on that. And because you're getting the backlash, now you like, oh, well, you know, I seen that she didn't want to fight. And if that's true, even more reason why you should get backlash. Because if you seen that girl really ain't want to fight you like that and you still went out of your way to fight her, you already knew that you was wrong. Going into number 2, which is overall about Milan and LaRue. I feel as though both of them are trying to redeem themselves. Is it going to work in their favor? I don't personally know yet, Sway. But right now, I feel as though, and this is just my opinion, LaRue don't belong on the show. She's not a standout for me. And she does too much. I think she coming in more like the big bad wolf bully. I'm on there with anybody because you don't have the same stuff that these girls have. And I think she feels, her and Tori, in my opinion, I feel as though they don't feel comfortable being in spaces with these kind of women. So they want to make the women come down to their level. And it's not necessarily about, like, the BBLs and stuff, but it's more about, like, the experiences, the bags, the lifestyle. I don't know all their lifestyle, but, you know, it seems like most of these girls is talking to men with a certain lifestyle. And they know how to act in certain ways. And it could be a copy and paste to them. But I feel as though Tori and LaRue don't feel comfortable in them spaces. And even though they got on the show, y'all want everybody to comply with how y'all feel about yourselves. Or, you know, bump them off their high horse real quick. Like when she made the comment with Blue Jasmine saying, like, that's not a bad bitch because a man bought you a car. And, you know, I'm glad Blue Jasmine corrected her because that was hater to me. Like, I think LaRue thinks everything that comes out her mouth is correct and true. And I mean, I understand. I feel the same way when everything comes out of my mouth. But I just feel as though she just don't belong on the show. Simple. I just don't feel as though she belongs on there. Her and Tori look very much so out of place. But more so, LaRue looks out of place. And I think she feels out of place. And she think that this is a regular Now That's TV show. She want to be South Central baddie so hard for this show. And this ain't South Central baddies. You know, this is not Young and Reckless. This is more of a classy, upscale show, but she want to bring it down to where now That's TV usually is. Currently, that's my current opinion about her. with Milan. I do feel like Milan belongs on this show. I think that if anything, she's one of the girls who meet the standard of the show, if you ask me personally. And I think, to an extent, Milan is like you can't sit with us. She's a Regina George, very much like pretty girls only. I don't want to be bothered with just any of y'all. Y'all are my minions. But that makes sense because of how the show aesthetic is. The aesthetic of the show gives that, in my opinion. So, with it giving that, she don't look out of place. Me looking at the show, LaRue looks more out of place than Milan. But if both of y'all are trying to redeem yourselves, and not only redeem yourselves, are trying to be the villains of the show, both of y'all can't be the villains. So one of the villains is going to want to take the other villain, which is LaRue want to take Milan. And even if you do fight Milan, or, you tear up Milan, you're not going to get the same, woo, yes, LaRue, that you would get if you did it like on Deja Vu or Baddies Collection, Big Lux Baddie Collection. It's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same celebration as it would be on another show, because it's like a more upscale, classy show. So depending on why she fights Milan, or what she want to fight Milan for, it would have to be for a good reason. Like with the girl calling her a roach, good reason. Like, yeah, get her, But I gotta see more and more why she want to get in there with Milan. And it's my thing too. Where was all this energy at Deja Vu? In my opinion, like, where was all this energy? I mean, even with Milan made more sense on Young and Red, because she was like, I'm not finna fight you about Renee, she wasn't finna do all that. But she did bust a window, she did pull up, like, honestly, she pulled up in her Bentley. Like, I knew she was above the show when I seen the car. Like, no shade. And that's just no shade. I don't care how she got the car. She has a Bentley, okay? So, with that, I knew right then they wasn't going to be feeling her, because these is girls who, no shade, BMW, Hondas, And ain't nothing wrong with them cars. But just to let you know, you was already out of place from the jump. I feel as though that's how I feel with LaRue. LaRue on Bad Bitches Only, she looks out of place. And she tried to cheapen the show down so hard because she's trying to redeem herself. She feel like she can redeem herself with these girls, because these girls don't fight. You said these girls really don't get down like that. They not like that. They don't handle business like that. So, overall, I'm going to keep watching. It really ain't been all that so far for me. I haven't been feeling well, and I think y'all can tell in my voice that I haven't been feeling too well. But, overall, I'm going to keep watching the show. They did say it was a slow build-up, and it's very slow. Okay, a very, very slow build-up. But I can't wait to see what they have more in store for us. But that's all I got for y'all in this one. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm going to see y'all in the next one. Bye.